In Waterloo, 1996. Research. In Motion Rim CEO Mike Lazaridis and his best friend and co-founder Douglas Fregin prepare to pitch their pocket-linked cellular device to businessman Jim Balsillie. Lazaridis is bothered by the buzzing of Balsillie's China-manufactured intercom and fixes it before he arrives. Their pitch is unsuccessful, but after Balsillie is fired from his job, he agrees to work with them if he is made CEO of RIM and given half of the company. They hesitate, but after discovering that their deal with Use Robotics was a malicious attempt to bankrupt them, they bring Balsillie in as co-CEO and give him a third of RIM. Balsillie arranges a pitch for the Pocket Link with Bell Atlantic and forces Fregin and Lazaridis to build a crude prototype overnight, which he and Lazaridis take to New York. Lazaridis forgets the prototype in their taxi, leaving Balsillie to attempt the pitch alone. Lazaridis recovers the prototype at the last second and finishes the pitch, and they rebrand the Pocket Link as the Blackberry. In 2003, Palm CEO Carl Yunkowski plans a hostile takeover of the immensely successful RIM, forcing Balsillie to sell an amount of phones that exceed Bell Atlantic's, now Verizon Communications, network limit behind Lazaridis's back. This crashes the network, so Balsillie poaches engineers from around the world to fix the problem, as well as hiring a man named Charles Purdy as RIM's coup to keep the engineers in line. Though this upsets Fregin, who values the casual and fun work environment he and Lazaridis created. The new engineers fix the network issue under Purdy's strict management, and RIM avoids Yunkowski's buyout. In 2007, RIM's upcoming pitch of the BlackBerry Bold to Verizon is thrown into chaos when Steve Jobs announces the iPhone. Balsillie, a lifelong hockey fan, is occupied with trying to purchase the Pittsburgh Penguins, forcing Lazaridis to pitch the Bold with Fregin instead. When it goes poorly, he panics and impulsively promises them the Storm, a BlackBerry with a touchscreen, as he finally agrees with Purdy's suggestion to outsource the labor of the Storm to China. He insults Fregin during an argument, who quits. Balsillie becomes nervous when he sees the iPhone's projected sales and tries to arrange a meeting with AT&T's CEO, only to learn that the Penguins sale is being finalized that day. He chooses the Penguins, but they reject his offer after revealing they know of his plan to move the Penguins to Hamilton, which they learned of when Balsillie mockingly invited Yunkowski to a Hamilton game and he informed the NHL. The SEC raids RIM after learning that Balsillie hired the engineers in 2003 with illegally backdated stock options, threatening Lazaridis with legal action. Balsillie arrives delayed to meet with the CEO, who snubs Balsillie by hinting that AT&T's partnership with Apple effectively admits that data usage has superseded phone minutes. As a priority, Balsillie returns to RIM to find that Lazaridis sold him out to the SEC, leaving Lazaridis as the sole CEO of RIM. 1 year later, the Storms arrive from China, but Lazaridis finds them to be laden with bugs and can hear buzzing when he holds one to his ear, as he begins manually fixing the buzzing phones one by one. The closing titles reveal that the Storms were almost universally inoperable and Verizon sued RIM to cover the financial loss. Lazaridis resigned as CEO in 2012. Balsillie avoided jail. Fregin sold his stock in 2007, making him one of the richest men in the world and at the height of its success. The BlackBerry phone made up 45% of the cell phone market and is now 0% in the present day, with BlackBerry phones no longer being produced.